Welcome to the TerryWilson3.com podcast, episode 587. In this special edition, we're thrilled to bring you exclusive content. First up, join us for a live recording from a small business association meeting where Terry engages in a dynamic Q&A session. Discover invaluable step-by-step strategies to enhance your online presence and exposure with minimal cost and effort. Following that, dive into an extraordinary live discussion with Terry, alongside panel guests Laurie and Greene. They share insights on leveraging the TW3 platform to foster business growth. So, grab your favorite cup of joe, settle in, and let's kick off this insightful episode.
Today, we are honored to have a special guest with us from the Upstate, Terry Wilson. Terry is an author, speaker, and podcaster who focuses on business and both personal and professional development. Now, Terry, when we spoke earlier and you showed me some of the things you did, I couldn't help but notice some of your stats. How do you explain the recent spike in your podcast and blog numbers?
Well, hey, Jay. Well, thanks. Well, the true answer is I don't have a clue, but I can guess. I don't know why people would listen, but I think persistence. I've just been out there a long time. I joke all the time, I'm too stupid to quit. And so I always tell people, when they get started in a business or a new goal or whatever it is they're doing, don't quit. You're going to screw it up. Whatever you do, the first time you do it, it's going to be awful, if not terrible, if not repulsive, if not just cringeworthy. I mean, I go back and listen to just podcasts I did last week, and I cringe. But, I think persistency, being out there, the recent spikes, because we always had decent numbers on our podcast because that's where we started. My social media numbers are horrible, but the podcast numbers are stay pretty strong, and I think it's just because I'm in a long format, so that's the format that fits me. But I would also say there's a level of just raw authenticity with the podcast. And so for a business lesson, I would tell any of you guys, I think so many times, what do they call it? The imposter syndrome. We think we're not good enough, not smart enough, not who am I to do anything? Why would anybody listen to me? Those type of thoughts, those internal dialogues that we all struggle with. But here's the deal. You, the collective you, the folks in here, everyone in here has a story. Everyone in here has had something happen in their life. Everyone in here has had obstacles and things that they've had to overcome, things they've had to work around. The good book says to comfort those with the same comfort you've been comforted with, which means there's purpose for your pain. Nothing touches our life that we can't turn around and turn into an asset if we would just allow the grace of God to work through our lives. I think that's the whole purpose of living, is to have an experience and then share that experience with other people. But the recent spike, I think we're focusing a lot on local businesses because that's the people that seems to be really getting punched in the face right now with the economic realities of where we're at in society and the economy and everything. And I have a heart for the local business because I am a local business owner myself. And so as I am out there and trying to learn and trying to understand and trying to develop new ways of bringing value to my marketplace, I'm passing that along to people that will listen to me. And so I think there's a real hunger and thirst for authenticity, and number two, things that people can take action on. So authenticity and action. I give you action steps, and I give you, this is the real deal. I try to produce a good podcast, a quality podcast, a show that you can listen to and be informed and entertained and hopefully a little inspired. But at the end of the day, it's just Joyce Wilson's son from Ruth, North Carolina. I am what I am, as Popeye said. So I can only be what I can be. But I think that's the reason why, and I am just blown away by it. I really am. And I want to encourage all you guys in here, everybody in here, start creating content. Now, I don't know what that content's got to look like. I don't know what platform it needs to be on. I don't know how it needs to take shape. I am an audio guy. I'm an audiophile. I come from the music world. I have a musical sensibility. You can tell when I talk, I like to alliterate a lot because there's a rhythmic scheme to it that helps me stay on track with my thoughts. So audio and speaking and the spoken word, that's my go-to, that's what I like. But maybe you are a writer. Maybe you like to get in front of your video camera and just do quick 30 seconds. Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I think would help you in your life. Little things like that. It doesn't have to be like anyone else. Just you do you. But I'm telling you, the quicker you can get out there and start creating content and putting your message in the world, you're going to bring the value to the right type of people. And let me give you some, because I know a lot of you guys in here are business owners. You're not marketers per se. I mean, you don't spend your life thinking about marketing. You think about your business, what it is to be a realtor, an insurance agent, a restaurant owner, a retail shop owner, whatever it is you do. But here's some numbers that you really need to get familiar with. In marketing, all you need to be successful is 2% of the audience to respond, which means, let me flip the script. It means 98% of what you do, when you put content out there, when you speak, when you put something on social media, when you create your first podcast or your blog or whatever, your book or whatever it is you're going to do, because content is king when it comes to today's world and getting your value out there and what you're doing, whatever product, good, or service you guys offer in here. Content is king. You got to be creating content, okay? But know this going in. 98% of the people that sees your content will not like it. And that's okay. All you need is 2%. A 2% response on any marketing campaign, whether it be voicemail drops, snail mail, we're doing mailers, whether we're doing text marketing, email marketing. If you can get a 2% response on a campaign in my industry, that is considered a home run. So set your expectations correctly. All I need is 2% of the people that I engage. If I can engage 10 people with my content and 2 people respond, I am golden.
Inspiring, informative, and informational.
This is TTW3.
So don't go anywhere. Terry and his team are just getting warmed up. We need to take a brief break, but we'll be back to continue the conversation. Remember, if you have any questions, you can call or text us. Our number is 864-507-9696. Again, that is 864-507-9696. Be right back.
Attention all small business owners. Are you looking to expand your reach and grow your customer base? Look no further than having a website and blog for your business. With a website and blog, you can increase your visibility, cost-effectively market your products or services, and build trust and credibility with potential customers. A blog is also a great way to engage with your customers and build a community around your brand. And the best part? You can access all this valuable information 24/7. Don't get left behind. Give your business the competitive edge it needs and create a website and blog today.
You can get a professional website hosted with all the software you need for as little as $10 a month by going to terrywilson3.com/hosting. That's terrywilson3.com/hosting.
Hey, Lucky, let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried to cold call a list of people to generate more sales for your business? As you know, cold calling and marketing can be tough. It also can be very discouraging. And, well, some people you speak with are just not open to a conversation.
Hello, this is Welcome and Willie. What can I do for you today?
Yes. Hello, sir. How are you today? My name is Jeff, and I'm with TerryWilson3.com. Do you have just a few minutes to talk about your effectiveness as a leader?
I'm sorry, but I'm entertaining some interns right now. I really need to get back to helping them, you know what I mean?
Then there are times where you go to the next call and find they have the time, but really, they just don't have the ability to make a decision.
And hello, sir. How are you today? I'm with TerryWilson3.com, and we're offering folks today a free copy of our latest book. Do you have a few moments to discuss which book might suit you best?
First, I want to thank you for calling. I'm always ready to speak. That is why I'm committed to adding 30% more to the cost of your shoes to help with your salads.
Sir, I was talking about offering you some free books.
I agree. Let me let you talk to my partner here to get those blocks from you right now.
Hello, how can I help Joe?
Yes. I was just saying we are offering free books to folks in the area today, but it seems there's been some sort of mix-up.
Well, it's important to understand when mix-ups happen that we understand that what happened was in fact a mix-up. Without this understanding, it is possible that we could have a real mix-up.
Oh man. Okay, you folks have a great day.
So avoid the crazy. Let the professionals here at TerryWilson3.com do all of the calling for you. We will cold call a list of people for you at rates starting at $35. That way, when you are speaking to someone, well, you are speaking to a real potential buyer.
Yes, I was speaking to one of your reps and was told you guys did cold calling. So if I understand you correctly, you warm them up for me before I meet with them. Is that correct? I'd like that.
Now, if you know what you're worth, go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hit. Yeah. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
This is TTW3. And tonight, I want to talk to you a little bit about, with my guest, how we're able to help other businesses. I'll start first, and then we'll go Laurie, and then Gary will finish it up, and then we'll take your questions, okay? But one of the things that we're able to do, and I've been doing it now for 2 months, and if you've listened to any of my podcasts, it seems like that's all I'm talking about because it's so successful, is our reputation management. And reputation management is a system that we have in that we go into retail shop owners, restaurant owners, people in the medical profession, anyone that has a physical brick and mortar place, I go into and I was like, how would you like to cut your marketing expense down by at least 50%, if not 80% or more? And on top of that, take your reputation score and take it up to a 4.5 to 5-star reviews everywhere. That's what our system does. And I show them through our system how they only get 5-star reviews, how by using our system within about 90 days, their SEO improves dramatically. And in most cases, I can get them at least on the front page, if not up in the top tier of their ranking. And here's the thing. They didn't buy any AdWords. They didn't buy any keywords. They didn't come up with any complicated social media campaigns to do that. They are ranking high in reputation in their specific field and industry in their local area. And then I turn around and I say, here's what I've done for my client here, here, and here. Look at my stats here and what I'm doing. And look what I spend. I don't spend anything on Facebook ads. I don't spend anything on Google ads. I don't spend anything on any banner ads. And look how I'm ranked compared to my competitors. Look at my traffic. And they go, what do I need to do? I sell them a basic system here that costs around $150 to $250 based on their needs. And what if I was an elite member, which I am, what's my commission on that? My commission on that is about anywhere from $100 to $200 a month. And here's the thing about dealing with businesses and dealing with them on the reputation. Number one, I haven't met a business person yet that is not very, very intentional and very passionate about how they look online and their reputation. Most business owners are pissed off at someone that came in the restaurant that day, and because they were having a bad day, they decided to take it out on their restaurant because their drink wasn't filled in time or whatever. And now all of a sudden their reputation is suffering online because, Joe Schmo over here has had a bad day and it's got to be their problem. Well, I'm showing them how we can fix that. I'm showing them how we can take care of that. And they are all ears because most business owners feel like the whole online reputation system is stacked against them unfairly. And we show them through our techniques and our technology how we can take back control of their reputation. And it's worth a couple $100 to do that. And then on top of that, because they're doing that and because we're tying it to SEO and Google My Business and some of these other 45 different listing platforms, that they don't have to spend thousands of dollars of what a lot of them are doing to be recognized online with Yelp reviews and all this other stuff, how they're getting it naturally. Dude, and they never let go of that money. I have not had my retention rate on this since I've been using it for the last 3 or 4 months is 100%. And it's growing rapidly because you know what business owners do when they have, small business association meetings and they go to the Chamber of Commerce meeting the next month? They talk. And guess who is the hero? Matter of fact, I'm going to speak tomorrow at a neighboring town because what I was able to do with some people over in this town. So this is a great time to be in the field that we are in. And if you're looking for a business that you don't have to necessarily go out and convince people of the value, but they see it automatically, and you're talking to people that if it works for them, they won't let go of it. How many's ever signed someone? How many's on here, just put it in the chat, has been in insurance or something like that, where you sign someone up for something, okay? And how many knows the number one problem with these businesses that you sign someone up on something is keeping that retention, right? Because the first time the mama needs something or the brakes go out or whatever, what's the first thing they let go of? Well, insurance. It's so tough. It is a treadmill that you get on, right? You talk to a business person and you are the gatekeeper of their online reputation in SEO. They will cling to this like it is a safety raft. And that's what I'm seeing more than anything else. They won't pay their insurance before they pay this, because this is what's bringing in that traffic and bringing in that stuff. So it is a great way of writing something that you can depend on. And this is how, guys, this right here and what I'm talking about and what Laurie's going to talk about and what Gary's going to talk about in a minute, this is how you build wealth. You find something that you sell once, and then you don't have to sell it again, because that business is taken care of. And then you go to the next one, and you go to the next one. This is, rather than going out and, borrowing a lot of money to pay for, lots of properties or a hotel or something like that, which you can make tons of money, high risk, high reward. This is a very low risk way of getting in an industry and in a space that you buy once, and then you can just keep adding to in building wealth, because your cost doesn't go up. Your cost is fixed, but your upside is a dynamic that as you just grow the business, it's more and more profit. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm excited in my business. Laurie, what are you excited about, and what are you doing in your business? I caught her off guard. Are you on mute? You are on mute. Hold on one second. I'm gonna have to ask.
She muted herself, and then
she muted herself, and now she can't unmute herself. Now she's stuck.
Interweb.
I'm stuck.
All right.
Well, I think that the app components, every business needs them, but our problem is there's so many of them. And when you're talking to a prospect, it's the tendency, like Terry was saying, just to throw it all up. And that's not the way to do it. What we want to do is come up with a foot in the door offer that is focused on positioning a problem. So take, for example, our system will do a missed call text back, and that is with one of the components where if a call is received, the call is missed, our system will immediately text them back. And so in reputation management is another one. It's it's about problem positioning. So you can approach that prospect and really personalize it. You know how business owners struggle with missing calls? Personalize it more. Do you know how plumbers struggle with missing calls because they were too busy to answer the phone? Knowing good and well that missed call is a missed opportunity. Well, guess what, Mr. Prospect? Our missed call text fix solution addresses this challenge by providing an automated system that sends a text message to callers you couldn't answer. So you're just dealing with this one little thing that you gain agreement, they got a problem with it. If I'm a plumber and I'm down there with wrenches, or I'm a roofer, I'm up on a roof, I'm not going to answer my phone. But I know good and well I missed a call. I missed an opportunity. And then you're able to demonstrate with, Terry's got this ROI calculator pulled up. You're able to demonstrate how much revenue they're actually missing. So say I'm a roofer and I don't know, a roof is $10,000. So put in $10,000 and say they miss 20 calls a month. That's probably a low ball. And say their close ratio, and this is average, of 3 customers who called wanting to replace the roof. So in other words, they are actively shopping, right? They're not tire kicking, they're actively shopping. If you close 1 out of 3, so that's a 30% close rate, 30%, click the button. Mr. Customer, if you miss 20 calls a month, you're leaving almost $60,000 on the table. Well, I'm only going to charge you $300, and your ROI is, no pun intended, through the roof.
You planned that one.
No, I actually didn't. That was pretty good. Now, for us, the sellers, Terry, if you'll pull up the spreadsheet,
Yep.
you can find it.
I'll have to hold 1 second. I'll have to double click on that and get that up. So keep talking.
And, the same thing, the foot in the door offer, position the problem, reputation management. That's as easy as getting on Google Map or the Google Maps and looking for those, plumbers in San Antonio that have few reviews or they're not in the 3-pack. The first 3 people on the map pack are getting 95% of the calls. So one of the ways they get up there is by having good reviews. Every business is worried about their reviews on Google. Trust me.
Absolutely.
They all are. So again, that's another foot in the door service. You position the problem. You can find them all day long on Google Maps and just look for the ones in there. And there's other softwares like Lead Gorilla that'll do the same thing. But listen, guys, here's the earning potential for you as an elite member. Okay. If your monthly goal is to get 5 customers a month, and let's just say you got the system today and we got holidays coming up and it took you till January to get through the training and get set up. And that's giving you a good amount of time to do that. Starting in January, your goal is to get 5 new customers a month. You're going to charge them. You can charge them what you want, but just say you charge them $300 setup fee and a $300 monthly recurring fee. In January, you get 5 customers. You're making $1,500 on the setup, $1,500 on the monthly recurring. Your first month, you've made $3,000. Month 2, in February, you get 5 more customers. So your setup fee is $1,500. Your monthly recurring is now what does that say? Almost $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're up to $4,500. By the end of next year in December, you're up to $20,000 a month. And for the year, you've made well over 6 figures. Now, I'm not considering expenses here. There are expenses, like, for example, data, the cost of the membership, our wholesale cost of the app sub account. I'm not considering that, but it sure isn't.
It ain't nowhere near that, yeah.
It is nowhere near that. So, I mean, guys, five new customers a month. that's one, that's just
one a week.
little over one a week.
Yeah.
And you've just, turned that into a 6-figure business. Boom.
And guys, what she's saying is not theory. There's a lot of people, including yours truly here, that's how we've built our business right here.
And the other thing, I'm not considering upsells, because remember, the foot in the door offer is to do what?
Just to get your foot in the door and start a conversation.
Get your foot in the door.
Exactly.
Let them know you, like you, and trust you.
Yeah.
And then you can start upsell.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's just $297 a month. I mean, you could charge $500 a month, $997 a month, $1495 a month. Depending on what services. I mean, that would be the low ball number that would be illustrated here. Conservative, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're being conservative there, Laurie, but you're right. And you worked formerly with a big box company that has yellow pages in them. I won't mention the name of the company, but they had this big yellow book and had yellow pages in it. It was a corporate sponsor.
Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it. It's coming through.
Okay. This book used to be 3 inches thick.
Yeah.
It's like 1/8 of an inch now. And it came in my mailbox. They used to, I thought it was like a Christmas catalog. I'm like, oh my God, that's my phone book.
Yeah. Well, that's because if you're not online, you're not out there, and business owners know this, and the trajectory has been going this way for some times, but now it's just at a breakneck speed with everything. And, I didn't know this, and you probably did. But one of the ways I'm trying to figure out, and I posted something the other day on social media about our podcast is just flat out taking off. We were getting around 10,000 downloads for years. That's what we'd get a week. I'm getting 30 and 40,000 downloads right now, and I can't figure out why, Laurie. I'm scratching my head. Where's all this coming from? And I hate to say it, it's because I'm using some of the same tools I sell. I started using our SEO system that you were talking about a while back. And one of the things it did that I didn't realize it does is it lists you on platforms like Apple. So when someone says, hey, Siri, ask a question, it puts you on, what's the one that Amazon has? The
Alexa.
I don't want to say it out loud because I'll send someone's system off. But all of those voice search things, Tesla, all of them, it puts you on all of those platforms. So now,
that's right.
When someone asks a question that has anything to do with what it is I do, all of a sudden my website's coming up, my assets on my different things that are out there are coming up, and it's just like, I don't know. It's like I've had this forest out there for years, and now all of a sudden I just lit a match, and it's just blazing right now. I was like, "Holy cow!" So what we're able to do for folks, I'm telling you, is especially in today's world, it is such a value, such a value.
Please, folks, I know you're tempted to, but do not panic. Terry and the TW3 broadcast will be back right after this extreme profitable timeout for our sponsors.
So if you're still cold calling or pestering your friends and family online, then please stop. Why, you ask? Well, because you don't have to anymore, you dope. My friends at TerryWilson3.com have over 200 million leads. That's right. Over 220 million leads that are saying, please, mister, please sell me something. So the next time you need leads, have Terry's team get you a list of leads that actually want and could afford your products or service. Go to TerryWilson3.com/lead list now and get over 1,000 leads for less than $70. That is crazy. Over 1,000 leads for under $70, but you have to act. Go to TerryWilson3.com/lead list and get a list of leads that actually would want to buy your Shake product.
Ho, 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 it's magic.
Are you tired of struggling to close those important deals? Well, we've got a game changer for you. Introducing the Magic Pen. a new traditional ink pen with an extraordinary twist. Not only will it sign a deal, but it'll help you sell and close it first. How, you ask? The new Magic Pen by TW3 is designed to work its magic with a simple tap on most smartphones. It can text, email, leave voicemails, and follow up with messages on whatever you're selling, making your life so much easier. And here's the best part. It's just $15.97 as an ad on when you purchase a tap card at terrywilson3.com/tapcard. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to revolutionize your sales game. Get your Magic Pen today and watch those deals roll in. Visit terrywilson3.com/tapcard now and unlock the power of the Magic Pen. Your success is just a tap away.
Ho, 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 it's magic.
Inspiring, informative, and informational.
This is TW3.
So, Gary, what are you excited about? What are you doing in your business? What are you using right now that's making you money?
Well, I mean, there's several things when you're at the top level, the elite. You have, the unlimited commission, production-based income, where you resell the platform.
Yeah.
You have residual income spur off of that. You have the referral marketing partners, and that's passive kind of residual. And then you also have, we have some very strong residual pay, here too as well. So in a moment, I want to talk about the websites, what I've been talking to new clients with, how they can get free leads, and just by connecting with the business, and they need a website, and they're using our platform, and we have over 1,000 websites in here. I just want to spend like 1 or 2 minutes just on the software.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the probably one of the number one pieces of software in the marketplace in 2023, coming up in 2024. We had over 200 and something updates, about a month ago.
Yeah.
Those updates are notably significant updates. So we're not going to go over everything here, but we'll talk.
Come on, go ahead. Spend 5 minutes on each update. If you don't want.
Yeah, we'll be here all that long, right? And so anyway, there's a lot of different things like Laurie's talking about, Terry's talking about. We have very powerful reputation management software within this platform. Very powerful social media auto posting. Will post on all your channels: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Google My Business Profile. We've added reoccurring posts. Now you can build your social media out for the next 20 years, the rest of your life within the system. So it's just a lot of cutting edge technology where most businesses don't have this. So it creates a very strong value, from that perspective. But one thing that I'm doing with my clients lately, the many things that we do here, is websites. Terry, we have I think over 1,000 or something like that were loaded in recently, not too long ago. And it has over 70 different niches, right? Or probably more than that. But there's just a lot in there. So what I'm training clients on how to do that is just to go to Google, type in the niche, and then the city, and then go to the maps, and you can see which one doesn't have a website. 35% of businesses, believe it or not, do not have a website. Okay,
that's amazing.
Those are the facts. I mean, but it's a hard number to really in this day and age.
Yeah.
So what you do is you just go down the Google Maps, and it shows you visually what they have a website, they don't have a website. Scroll down. Hey, this one doesn't have a website. The top of the page are going to have websites because they're at the top. They're very active in their business. They're aggressive. They're wanting to be very successful. So they're going to have websites at the very top. But further down, they're not going to have. You'll find ones that don't have them. And then what you do is you have a template in our system that's already built out by industry. And all you do is just change out the name, number, and email, and maybe pop the logo on there, and maybe connect the Facebook link, because that's probably what they have. And then you send them the website, and then you say, hey, we were working in your niche, this week, in the flooring niche, in the roofing, or whatever, the industry is, right? We were working in the roofing industry this week. We noticed that you guys didn't have a website. Well, guess what? Our team made a brand new website for you today. Here's the link. What do you think? ? Call/text. Okay. And so when a call comes in, guess what? not a cold lead. That's not a warm lead. That's a hot lead. Okay. Now you're not trying to sell them something. Hey, let me build you a website. You basically have it built, for the most part, and they're looking at it. And guess what they're saying? They're going, hey, how much is it going to cost me to get this? And then there you go. And you're fulfilling one specific need, there. And then that opens the door, like Laurie was talking about, Terry's talking about. You pick one thing, and then you get in there, and then you're able to open the door up later on. You kind of want to do it in the right way. You don't want to overload it. You want things simple, and you want payments coming in quickly. Okay, so you want to be doing that first and foremost there. But
and can I stop you for just 1 second for a number? I want to put a pin in something. Once you have the app, you don't have to pay any extra for a website that you build. You can build unlimited websites, like Gary said. And you need to understand the marketplace. If you went to GoDaddy and had your website hosted at GoDaddy, I think they charge like $20 a month for a website and some of their assets. So, and then Wix and these guys, they're charging different amounts. You could come in at $20 a month, have a much better website, and that's $240 in straight profit for you. Straight 100% profit for you. The only thing you have to do is get them a domain name for like $10, and that's it, and point it right to the website, and that's it. So I just wanted to make sure that people's clear on that once you have what Gary's talking about and you have our platform, this strategy here, everything you're selling is 100% profit. And it's and because it's template based, what he's talking about is you just button, and it's done. The site is built. It's not taking you forever to build it. And so you can afford to do it and then have a meeting with them even before and show them. And if they don't get it, you didn't spend but just a few minutes, to prep it, and then boom, you got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a very strong approach. And you can sell these sites for $500 a piece, $1,000 a piece, $2,000 a piece. Okay. Depending on what niche that you're contacting. So the first one, sell it for $500 or whatever, do the first deal. We always say do the first deal. Once that's done, everything is just a lot easier, from that perspective, there. And then you can charge whatever. But you keep all the money. There's no split. You keep the hosting on the admin fee that you pay with us, the $149 per month. That covers unlimited hosting on those 1,000+ websites. So you don't pay you pay the $149, but you're able to charge whatever you want for that site to get hosted because it's already paid for on your side. And then basically what takes place then, you can $50 a month or whatever it is that you're going to charge for that hosting. 20 is cheap. Terry's talking about, that's like the bottom base number that you're not finding anywhere. Okay. So you can charge more than that, there. We always try to do conservative, projection, stuff like that, there. But you can always charge more, and it's not really, a big fee, there. And that's another residual component coming in to the platform. So if you're at the top level, we're coaching you and training you. We're showing you when to do this. We're supporting you. You're coming to the meetings. You're doing multiple different things, but you're not going to put all the stuff that you hear Terry, Laurie, and myself talking about here tonight and other stuff you've heard with this platform in 1-2 days. We have very specific step-by-step training. We tell you, everybody goes to the 2-day training. Everybody does that. That's not, option. That's required. Okay. But once that's done, we're showing you how to edit the website. We're showing you some social media stuff. We're showing you that basic stuff to where you're not going to be. First we teach you how to use it somewhat yourself in the very beginning. Yes. And then once we do that, then we're going to be able to show you the other stuff later. So we're, you're definitely getting an education here. We're teaching you stuff that's relevant, cutting edge. That you're going to be able to, use in the marketplace and be very successful and, make money, with it there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And just to piggyback on, I'm sorry, go ahead, Laurie.
Well, I was going to throw out one more thing. Until you learn how to set all these things up, all of this can be outsourced.
Yes.
You don't have to build the cost of it. I mean, you go on Fiverr or wherever.
You got plenty of margin. You don't have to do all this yourself because you got so much margin. 100% of a website build is profit. So if you need to spend 30% of it just to have some, web guy do it, let them do it.
There's some guy in Pakistan will do it real cheap.
Yeah, or Inman, South Carolina, either one. I mean, it's tough. But what I was going to say, using Gary's case study here, I opened a conversation up with someone who had it in their head, because they were a very small retail shop owner, real small. They had it in their head, a website's worth $25 a month because that's what I can get one for GoDaddy from. And so I said, okay, I'll do it for $20. And so I just template, did them a website, $20 a month. And then I got to hearing them talk about their business, like, how would you like to have a 24/7 customer support rep that's sitting on the top of your website that will literally carry on conversations with your clients and take them to close for you? What would it cost you as an employee if you had to hire someone that's just 24/7 answering your phones, answering that? I couldn't afford that right now. Could you afford a $300 a month plug-in that I can put right on the top of your website, that anytime someone asks a question, it doesn't just capture their information, but it responds to them? What am I doing? I started that conversation as a $20 a month conversation. And if you look right here, that live chat bot, I charged them $300 a month. Now, what did it cost me? I just set up a sub account. It's another $75 a month sub account. But so that's $225 in profit that I'm getting off of that deal right there. That started off, like Gary's talking about, with just a $20 a month website. But these are these door openers, because you can match, guys. When you have this platform, there's not a big box company out there, small box company. There's nobody out there that you can't match. Price for price, pound for pound, service for service. There's not a technology out there that you can't match.
And you're not even mentioning where you can put the Google Maps on their site, the reputation and everything is just all integrated, right there. They click to call, or they can click the button and call the business, and the missed call text back comes in. I mean, so there's so many different roads that you can take depending on the client, on what they need, that we train you with. But we train you first in the beginning to where you're not overwhelmed. Right. Like if some stuff here that you're listening to right now, and you're like, you know what, I understand this, but maybe not so much this other stuff. It's fine, because we train you with basic training, like in the military. There's basic training in the military. Well, not exactly here, but similar. We have basic training here. Okay. Yes. So you go through that, and then the basic training is, a calendar booking system. Everybody knows what a calendar booking system is with email and text automation, but we show you how it functions behind the scenes in the software. Same thing like with the chat bot on our website. Most people know what a chat bot is on our website, but we show you how it functions internally within the software, behind the scenes, under the hood, so to speak. Same thing with the business app. You get a business app that comes with this. Most people know what a business app is on a smartphone. We show you how it works within the system, under the hood, behind the scenes. And so that's part of the training. We stripped it down to the most minimal stuff that you need to learn, that you have to learn, that's in that training, there in the beginning. And then as you get going, then we're gonna show you how to do other ththings and stuff like that. So there's some stuff that's over your head right now. It's perfectly fine. The way we train and coach and teach and support, we get you going in a step-by-step way. So,
and that's a great question, or a great response, because the question came in. I'm not very technical. I'm a salesperson. I can close people, but I don't know technology and computers. So that person, what Gary just said is, your basic training is going to show you in a very simplistic, straightforward way how to simply get people on your calendar. So all you're doing is calling people back that booked appointments. You're not worrying about all this other stuff. You're not talking about reputation management. You're not talking about missed text callbacks. You're not talking about voicemail drops. You're just talking. We got you in a very straight system that we give you a script. And so and for years and years and years, we've used this cliche. If you can take a call, read a script, you can make money at TW3. Okay? Because that's what we fundamentally start you there. And then as you see how these systems works and performs that, then we build upon that. And I'll tell you, the fastest way of going broke is trying to do some of this more advanced stuff when you haven't learned the basics. So learn the fundamentals, learn the basics, learn your alphabet before you try to become William Shakespeare. Okay. You just got to do that. So
well, they go through that training, Terry, just like you said. I mean, we're not throwing everything at them, and we don't expect them to really do the advanced stuff starting out. But that just is a testament to what's going on here. Yeah. Okay. This is not a one-trick pony where you're just going to do one thing and it's really simple. I got the whole thing figured out in a few days or in a week. I mean, we have a lot here. It's cutting edge, but we're also, we're not going to run your business, but we're going to train you on when to do this, when not to do that. So that way, we're just not going to disappear, or anything like that. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Another question was, does this work for the insurance? Well, absolutely. It's funny you should ask. This was started by me because I was an insurance agent and got tired of calling my friends, family, and foes. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to just be able to take a call, read a script, and sell insurance over the phone. And so, yes, we've got some advanced training in step 7 and also in the elite level that will show you step by step, no matter if you're in health insurance, life insurance, or you're selling securities, how you can generate leads with this platform and this system. Plus, you get to be part of the elite membership. And so some of the most cutting edge techniques that I'm using right now, you would be privy to as well. That's not even in the training. So absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then once they do the 2-day training, then they're going to be able to use it for their business, start to, implement things in their social media, reputation management, or whatever leaks they need to plug up in their insurance business. They're going to be able to do that, after the training. So, yeah. Yeah.
And if you'll notice, our training is numbered. And so if you'll notice, I said, yes, that's in step 7, and then the elite training, which is like in step 12 and 13. Don't go to step 7, 12, and 13 if you don't know what's on step 1 and 2. so that's
my lead member, she made her first sale, whatever that last one or not the last one, the new one that she's lighting them up, man. She's been doing this a week. She's already made 2 sales.
Yeah.
And she's like, she's highly motivated, and which is great. I always tell people, hey, you're going to get out what you put in. So, for sure. But anyway, the other elite member made her first sale, and she was like, 7-10 days or something like that. Elite sale. Yeah. Okay. And then basically you were interviewing her, and you were like, hey, and then she's like, oh yeah, they got signed up and this and that. And you're like, so what you're saying is, just don't listen to the training, actually do the training. What you're telling me?
Who would have thunk?
I was like, well, that's pretty cut and dry, right?
Well, it's easy to hear things. It's more difficult to take action on them. There's actually a passage of scripture that says, don't be a hearer of the word, but do it. It don't work until you do it. I always tell people, our system will work if you will work the system. But this isn't a genie in a bottle. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This isn't, some philosophical idea that we just wrap our heads around and just banter back and forth. We're actually doing these things, and so there's a do to do this. So just put feet to it.
And then also maybe ask everybody how many hours they're looking to work a week over like a 7-day period, like maybe an estimate, like 10, 15, or 70 hours, whatever that is. Yes. They can put that in the chat.
Yeah. What kind of hours do you guys have available to put into this? Yeah. And what do you have time to do? You got to be honest with yourself. What kind of time do you want to put in with your side hustle? Because that's going to go directly into what you can get out if anybody wants to put that in.
Right.
And if anybody's got any questions they want to, I think I'm caught up on the questions as well. Be more than happy to take your questions in the last few minutes here that we have.
And they could put their income goal in there too if they're looking to make $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week. You know, so somebody has like an idea what they're just trying to make, too as well. So yeah.
Okay, I got one.
Terry.
Go ahead.
Terry, one thing we haven't mentioned.
Oh, yes.
Is the tap card.
Oh, there's so many things. Gosh, yeah. We've got tap cards here. These tap cards are just absolutely amazing, and they're scan cards. And what it allows you to do is while you're out in the highways and the byways, you tap someone's phone, it puts them right into your funnel. and then you start automatically responding to them. So my insurance guys, my real estate guys, my people in direct sales, they love these things because they can be out in the highways and the byways. Someone's talking to them, hey, what do you do? Or how do you do this? Hey, let's connect sometime and let's have some coffee. And they just tap their phone, puts their information in their phone, they swap information. And then as they do that, it's following up with them. It's saying, here's my calendar. Let's book a time to talk and all that. It's all done automatically. How? Just with the tap of a card. Just with the tap of a card.
Amazing, man. Yeah, the tap card is like, cutting edge. Just like, because, hey, the business card, you gave somebody the business card, that thing is like missing in action, right? It's like, in the trash can, the junk drawer, there's no follow-up.
Yeah.
That's taking place there. But then you run into them, like at the next event, right?
Yeah.
6 months later, they go, hey, man, I can't believe I ran into you. You know what? I was looking for your business card. Man, I couldn't find it. But you know what? End up buying that house from somebody else.
Yeah.
End up buying that insurance policy from somebody else.
Yep.
Well, guess what? This stops all that.
Stops all that. It's exactly right.
You don't leave anybody behind, there.
Well, it's it's like having your little assistant with you all the time in your wallet. And it's your little digital virtual assistants following up with them. And because it's connected to AI, it's having a conversation with them. So it's absolutely amazing.
And after you do the 2-day training, order the card. It's $29. Okay.
Yeah.
So that way you'll know the functionality of it, how to customize it yourself, and then you're off and running. There.
Yeah. Absolutely. Any questions that someone wants to ask? I did have I see a cat on the screen here going behind you, sir.
Who's 1214?
Who's 1214? Who are you, sir? Introduce yourself to the audience here. Let me get you unmuted here. Hold 1 second. I'll let you unmute. Let me see if I can get you unmuted.
Well, if somebody raise their hand if they want to ask something,
Yeah, ask a question if you like. I've got you. I just asked you to unmute so you can speak.
Hey, my name's Kenny.
Hey, Kenny. How are you, sir?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for being on tonight.
Great. Thank you. I actually sent you a message on LinkedIn this morning, and you invited me on to join. And
okay, great.
Very good stuff.
Yeah. You were talking about you'd been in sales a while and do a lot of cold calling. And is this too good to be true?
Correct. Yep, that's me.
Kenny, one of my favorite responses to that question is when someone is talking to me, I ask them, I was like, well, are we talking right now? And then, of course, they say, well, yeah. And I was like, did I cold call you? Did I pester you? Did I chase you down? How are we having this conversation? And inevitably say, well, I got a text, I got an email, I responded to an ad, I did something, and then I got these videos, and now I'm here. I was like, ergo the system.
Yep, that's it. Yep, and that's why it's very impressive. Absolutely.
Well, it's good to have you on tonight. Thank you so much. And you're in Alabama, is that correct?
Alabama, yes, correct.
So L.A., Lower Alabama.
Lower Alabama, roll tide.
Roll tide. I hear you. Well, it's good to have you on.
Thanks.
Let's see here. We've got Gerald Fisher. Hey, Gerald, how are you, sir? Let me get you unmuted so you can talk to us a little bit. See, I just asked you to unmute. You might have to click something on your keyboard there.
I appreciate that. How you doing?
I'm doing well, sir.
Absolutely.
What part of the country are you in, Gerald?
I'm right outside the suburbs of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You see my flyers at?
Oh, Philadelphia.
No. Go Cowboys.
You hurt our feelings. I'm a Braves fan, and you Phillies knocked us out. So I'm going to have to mute your mic now.
No, I think you guys have an amazing product, honestly. But I do have a couple of small questions. So if I was to purchase the software outright flat price, I still have to pay a hosting fee?
Well, there's a price for membership, and that pays for all the softwares, the systems, the licensing, and the support and the training. Okay. So that's what you're paying there. And then your monthly admin fee is the hosting and continual hosting of it because
the websites and domains and security and everything constantly cost money.
Yes.
Now, when I was first introduced to this, it was put to me as it's an agency company Like I get an agency company, like a LLC or something?
You would be your own digital marketing agency, which means you would have overrights. The term agency is referring to the compensation schedule. In other words, as an elite member, and when you are an elite member, you are your own agency owner, which means you can recruit affiliates to sell your products for you, and you pay them 10% or pay them whatever you want. But we advertise 10%, and so that gives you plenty of margin because you're making anywhere from 50 to 80%.
So let me ask you this, because this is the $1 million question. So let's say I advertise I need an R&B singer, right? I market, I send out some texts, I put it on the social media, and somebody respond and say, I want to be your R&B singer. Can I pay her through this marketing campaign? Like, do I set a business account up and then it's a legit business like that? Like, what do you mean by agency, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah. Agency basically means that you are managing and have an override for the production. The reason why in the music business the term agency is used is because the agency owner is making commissions off of what that artist is selling in their recordings, and as they go out and perform, that agency gets a piece of that.
Okay, so I would still have to take the singer to Def Jam and work a Def Jam contract.
Yeah. The term agency is not specific to music.
I just needed that clarity.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. But it just means now you can be. I come from the music business, so you can manage a music business with this platform. But as it's set up, as when I mean manage a music business, you can do marketing work for them. If they've got products and recordings and stuff, you get it out there with this. But that's just it's made to manage an agency. It's not going to somehow pay them unless they produce and stuff like that. That's a side thing. Gotcha. All right. I think we're clear. Jakar, it's good to have you on tonight. Let me ask you to unmute. And how are you doing?
I still don't have my taste buds.
Oh, no.
Really beat me up. But you know what? When I started with you, I actually interviewed with Gary, I want to say maybe it was like in April, a little bit after my birthday.
Yeah.
And during that time, so what happened was my house burned down.
Oh,
we had to move. I caught COVID.
Oh,
man. And when I caught COVID, it was back in June, but because I have lupus, it really, really beat me up. So now that I'm feeling strong enough to really get back into the saddle, what I want to use the platform for is mostly my own personal business itself, but to help other businesses as well.
Sure.
So my personal business deals with a lot of financing. So I do business financing, I do credit repair, I do tax advisory, tax preparation, and I dabble here and there with wholesale real estate when, if a deal looks great and I like the way it looks, I'll jump on it and, try to get the owner under contract. But because we had to move, I have to rebuild my company almost from scratch. So that's where I'm at right now. And from doing that initial interview with Gary, I know that this platform can help me generate those leads that I need to kind of get me back out there.
Absolutely.
And now do, other services that I can add other services to other companies would really be great, especially because if I'm dealing with a company for tax advisory, hey, does your company do this? Does your company have this? Does your company, I can kind of implement.
You would be a one-stop shop for every company owner out there because you would be able to handle their financing, their marketing, their management. Because some of our systems has nothing to do with marketing. It's just managing their employees and managing their customers. So you would be able to handle them from A to Z. So
right, and the more that I can do for them, being a one-stop shop, I think the better. That way, when I'm sending them that $3,500 bill a month, or that $5,000 invoice a month, it's easier to swallow because now they're getting this service, this service, this service, this service, and this service all at one time.
You're just stacking so much value. You're making them an offer they can't refuse.
Sorry, my 3-year-old.
That's all right. I've got 5, so I understand. So no worries, no worries. Well, it's good to have you on tonight, and I look forward to having you at TW3 as quick as you can get up with Gary and make that happen.
Yeah, I'll follow up with you here shortly. Okay, so yeah, okay,
awesome.
And we'll get you set up. We'll get you started. So just it'll if you have time tonight, we can talk tonight, or we can talk sometime tomorrow. So.
Yeah, tomorrow morning would probably be better. It's almost dinner time here, and the 3-year-old gets really antsy. So you'll hear him in the background screaming, and it'll sound like I'm having a conversation with you, and I've got Tourette's because I'm going from saying something.
Hey, put that down.
Don't lick the dog.
I love it. Oh, this is live, baby. It's real.
Hey, she keeps it real, man. She's letting you know, right?
Keeping it real. Keeping it real. All right.
Hey, you have to be that way. That's a good sign, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, I tell my clients that all the time. Like, you know what? Can we do this? Can we have this conversation between this time? You know, I have a 3-year-old at home. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and it's nap time between these hours. So he's quiet, and I can actually focus and, you know, answer your questions and get things, you know, in line for you, as opposed to me talking to you and it sounds unprofessional because now I'm telling the 3-year-old, don't lick the dog, don't lick the floor, don't put that in your mouth, stop doing that, don't jump off the couch.
Listen, since 2020, I think everybody's used to improv Zoom calls. I mean, we even saw it. Our newscasters on, you know, the news, we would have their kids coming in while they was doing a report. So I think,
and they say the most off the wall things at the most. It's tiring.
Well, I'd rather them do it then at 3 years old than like my oldest son, who's 26, that's still saying off the wall things I'm having to apologize to people for. Oh, so anyway, well, Chikari, it was great to have you on tonight. Thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you. All right.
Awesome. So do I.
All right, Michael Ferris, how are you doing tonight, sir?
How are you, Terry? Man, it's good to see you.
Well, it's good to be seen. It beats the alternative, don't it?
Yes, sir. I guarantee you it does. No doubt about that one.
No doubt about it. I love your shirt, man. I love your shirt.
Oh, thank you. It's another sideline that I got. I'm selling them. I can't wait to get a tap card. Make it a whole lot easier. I'm selling these Hawaiian shirts, sterling silver jewelry, and I am a member of TW3.
Nice, nice, awesome. Well, who's your trainer so I can give him a shout out?
That guy named, I think his name's Gary.
Greenbacks.
And he spent a good part of the day after Thanksgiving with me to make sure that I could get started with the right foot.
Oh,
and
awesome.
I asked him questions. He gave me very clear and concise, answers.
I'm Pentecostal. What you meant was concise.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad you got that because I tried. You know, I always tell everybody this Southern Georgia accent that's combined with Dallas, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Las Vegas, Nevada. And it gets a little bit, let's don't forget Knowledge. So it gets a little bit whacked every once in a while. So
sounds normal to me. So go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, I'm living out in Southern California now. So these people, they'll stare at me going, "Did you say something?" I say, and then they'll go. I absolutely love the different parts. I think it's so true what you said, that you've got to get the basics down before you can step up and think you're going to hit a home run.
Yeah.
And the tech part, I'm that sales guy.
Yeah.
And I've always hired somebody to do my tech part. So in order for me to be able to do it, I'm going to have to learn it.
Yeah.
So that's a part of me that I'm going through right now, going through the training. So Gary and I are going to get together either Thursday or Friday of this next week to be able to finish the second part of it. but very excited. I've told half a dozen people about a certain aspect of the program, and 4 of them said, well, how can I get in on that deal?
Yeah, wow. That's awesome.
So that's just one aspect.
Yeah.
And they were deadly serious. How can I get in on that deal?
Yeah.
So glad to be aboard, Terry.
Glad to have you,
Thank
Michael.
you, Gary.
Yes,
Hey, it only took us a year and 4 months.
Well, that's why we have that auto drip system to just nag you until you come on.
Yes. So I thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Daniel's son out there in Okinawa, Japan, that is learning that we are on daylight savings time now.
Yeah. I thought I was wondering what's going on, and
he shows up at 7:00. Nobody's here, and he goes, "Hey, are we having a thing tonight?" I said, "Yeah, at 8." He goes, "Well, I'm here," and I was like, "Well, it's another hour, Daniel."
Yep.
So, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Trying to stop being distracted by all the shiny things going on, and
it's tough. It's focus is the key to success. Follow one course until successful. That's what focus stands for.
So we hope you've got a lot out of the content today. Please take a few minutes to give us a 5-star positive review at terrywilson3.com/review. This helps us promote our content and continue to reach more and more people. Again, thanks for being part of the TW3 community here at terrywilson3.com. Please like and share our content, and we will see you soon.